Welcome to this premium note. Think of this as your personal masterclass, specifically designed to help you shift your mindset from being a passive professional to becoming an empowered educator in the modern digital economy. Whether you're a freelancer, a startup founder, or a creative practitioner, this note is essentially your blueprint for transformation. We're going to break down exactly how you can take that specialized knowledge you already have and turn it into a high-impact, scalable digital asset that generates real income.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. What if your everyday professional skills, your current workflows, your unique problem-solving methods, what if all of that could become a scalable digital asset? Because right now, your knowledge is basically untapped wealth, just waiting to be monetized. We all tend to take our daily tasks for granted, right? We completely forget that someone out there is desperately searching for exactly what we already know how to do. The reality is, those old gatekeepers, they're totally gone. Teaching online is no longer reserved for universities. You just don't need a formal institution to validate your expertise. Anyone with valuable knowledge can build a global audience and generate real income. Creating educational assets is genuinely a future-ready business model. If you can communicate clearly, you have the power to step right out of the daily grind and build a highly leveraged digital asset for yourself.
Here is the roadmap for our note today. We'll cover the digital economy opportunity, the Skillshare ecosystem, overcoming the expertise myth, finding your profitable niche, and finally, the professional educator mindset. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The Digital Economic Opportunity.
Look at modern employers, SaaS companies, and entrepreneurs today. They aren't really looking for lengthy academic theory anymore. They demand practical, future-ready skills. Global internet access has completely transformed education into this incredibly scalable digital industry. We're talking about high-demand fields like artificial intelligence, web development, digital marketing, UX/UI design, and automation. So, if you're a practitioner in any of these areas, there's a massive, immediate opportunity for you to step up, teach what you do every single day, and actually monetize that specialized knowledge. And this brings us right to the creator economy. Teaching is arguably the absolute most sustainable and lucrative way to build wealth in this system. Why is that? Well, because a well-designed course is a true asset. It just keeps working for you. It continues to attract students, solve their problems, and generate recurring digital income long after you hit the publish button. It's the ultimate form of leverage for any modern professional. Moving on to Section 2, Understanding the Skillshare Ecosystem. Now, to thrive here, you don't actually have to build the infrastructure from scratch. The ecosystem is fueled by three parts working in perfect harmony. First, you have eager students seeking practical skills. Second, you have teachers, like you, creating structured, high-value classes. And third, the platform itself, which handles all the discovery, the marketing tools, and the subscriptions. So you fit seamlessly into a machine that is already buzzing with learners ready to consume what you create. The absolute proven method for teaching modern tech, creative workflows, or business systems on a platform like this is project-based learning. Students really don't just want to watch you talk. They want to build along with you. They want to apply their knowledge immediately through practical, hands-on assignments. This is exactly how real-world practitioners teach, by focusing on getting students to a finished product or a tangible workflow by the end of the very first lesson.
All right, Section 3, Overcoming the Expertise Myth.
We seriously need to redefine expertise. So many of us hold on to this idea that a teacher has to be some famous, tenured university professor with a best-selling book. But what a successful online teacher actually is simply a problem solver and a clear communicator. That's it. You don't need a PhD. You definitely don't need a massive social media following. You just need your real-world experience and the ability to explain complex ideas simply.
The golden rule of teaching online is this: you do not need to know everything to teach. You simply need to know more than the student you are teaching. If you can guide someone to a meaningful result or help them bypass a hurdle that used to completely trip you up, you already possess the foundation to be a highly paid educator. You just have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead on the path, reaching back to pull the next person up.
Section 4, Finding Your Profitable Niche. Finding a highly profitable niche is basically like hitting the bullseye at the intersection of three things: your practical skills, what the market desperately needs, and what you actually enjoy teaching. If you just chase whatever's popular right now, you'll burn out. But if you just teach what you love with zero market demand, you won't be able to scale it. You have to find that sweet spot in the middle. That's how you build a lasting, income-generating brand that serves a really active, hungry audience.
To give you an idea, here are some rapid-fire examples of evergreen, future-ready niches. Notice how incredibly specific they are. We're talking about things like ChatGPT for beginners, prompt engineering, AI automation workflows, CSS grid layout, or Canva for entrepreneurs. These topics connect directly to modern technology and help students grow their own freelance careers or scale their businesses. These are the skills of tomorrow, and if you know them today, your insights are incredibly valuable. The real difference between a failing class and a profitable one usually comes down to specificity. A bad course title is overly broad, something like Complete Digital Marketing. It tries to teach everyone and inevitably ends up teaching no one. A profitable niche, on the other hand, is hyper-specific, like Email Marketing Fundamentals for Startups. You are targeting specific outcome-driven solutions for a very specific audience. That is exactly how you stand out, establish quick authority, and win the platform's algorithm.
Finally, Section 5, the professional educator mindset.
Look, creating videos is just content creation. Literally anyone with a smartphone can do it. But changing how people think, how they work, and how they solve problems, that is education. You are not just a content creator out there chasing viral views and algorithm spikes. You are stepping into the role of a professional mentor. Your entire focus should be on your students' measurable transformation and their actual ability to succeed in the real world after taking your class.
Great teaching requires deep empathy. Imagine you're leading someone across a bridge. You don't just point to the other side and say, "Good luck, see you there." You walk with them, you explain the steps, you anticipate the obstacles and guide your students safely right through them. Thinking like a student and having that deep level of empathy is exactly what separates top-tier educators from the rest of the pack. And the absolute best way to walk them across that bridge is by utilizing what we call the small wins methodology. Say you're teaching web development. You don't start by building the entire site on day one. You break the architecture down into digestible little milestones. First, install the code editor. Boom, small win. Second, create a basic HTML page. Third, add your headings. Then insert images, and finally, style it with CSS. These small wins build incredible student momentum, boost their confidence, and make your teaching highly approachable. And as you master this process, you start thinking way beyond just a single class. By building interconnected courses, say taking a student from beginner concepts like AI for beginners all the way to advanced AI automation and AI products, you establish total industry authority. This is how you really scale your digital income. You don't just solve one problem for them, you become their trusted mentor for their entire professional journey.
Which brings us to the end of this note. So I'll leave you with this question. What specific problem are you going to help the world solve today? You already have the expertise. The digital economy is waiting for you. It's time to step out of the shadows as a practitioner and step into the light as a professional educator. Take action on your knowledge, outline your first project-based class, and start building your future-ready digital asset today.